my name is Henk Post. I'm one of the instructors here at GoSkydive, and what you're about to see is we're gonna get the first flight of the day ready. So the instructors are gonna, we call it kit up. So we're gonna get in the jumpsuits, in the harnesses, and then when that's all done, they go to the next section where I'm gonna give them a ground training. So I'll train them what they expect, explain a little bit about the parachute equipment. They have to do some exercises like hanging, free fall position, and what to do for landing. And when that is all done, they're gonna sign that they understood everything, and then we move on to the aircraft, and when the weather lovely clears up, we're gonna do some skydiving. The parachute equipment holds 2 parachutes. There's also a little device in there, and it's an automatic opener. It's very high tech. It measures how fast we're falling, and it measures how close to the ground we're coming. So if that would happen, that device will start the opening sequence of the reserve parachute. So in all, it's almost 100% safe. 99.99%, and that's why I need to sign the waiver, which you're all done, and you signed the waiver, okay. And then you see all these handles here. You see them, different colors? Don't touch them. They're behind you. So for your and our safety, it's important that your hands are always somewhere where you can see them. So that means like, this is not where you can see them, and that's exactly not what we want them. So you should always be able to see your hands. So when we start the skydive, the instructor tells them to put your goggles on, and we make them tight for you, and then we're going to ask you to hold your hands on the harness. Then we move towards the edge. You hang outside the aircraft, hold on with your hands on the harness where you can see them. You do the free fall position, which I'm going to practice with you in a moment. We jump out with you, and then when we're jumping out, this is where you come into play. You need to resume and keep that free fall position as good as you can, which I'm going to train you in a moment, with your head back and pushing your hips forward and having your legs bent. The better you do that, the higher survival rate. Because it makes it way easier for the instructor to control you in free fall. So when you're scared, focus on one thing, do that free fall position, keep your head back, and just go for the ride. Eyes open. Make sense? Then when we're falling, after a few seconds, you will feel the tap on your shoulders. And when you feel that tap, your hands go from this position into this position. See, they're still out, not close behind where the handles are. So hands nice and out. We fall. Parachute opens up. We can talk with each other again. And then when you're lucky, you might be able to fly the parachute with the instructor. He will show you where the handles are and the toggles. You put your hands in there and then you might fly. And then just before landing, we ask you to take the hands off and lift your legs for landing. The practice for the landing, we probably also do up high just after the opening, because the instructor wants to know exactly that you know how to lift up your knees and your feet for the landing. Make sense? So that's all the 2 things that we're going to practice here. Then we come down with the parachute, takes about 4 or 5 minutes. We land and we're sliding on the buttocks. So we need to be able to lift our knees and feet up high enough so we can slide in, and then we're back. Let's go to the practical bit. First, we're going to do a stand-up exercise. That is basically doing the most of the free fall position. The only thing we can't practice is having both knees bent. So the second exercise, I'm going to hang you up. I'm going to do the same thing, but now because you're hanging, you are able to do also the knee bend. Make sense? So I'm going to demonstrate this first. So have a good look, don't copy me. So the hands are on the harness, we shuffle to the end of the aircraft, and our legs go outside the aircraft, which you can see in that left picture if you look at the pictures. The legs are outside and we're bending the knees. So I can't do the bending knees, but what I can do is arch, lean back into my instructor. See where my hips are going. And the last thing I need to do is take the head all the way back. Because if you see, if I would just put my head back now when I'm walking, put your head back, look what I'm doing with my body already. I give it this shape. I'm going to try as much as possible look backwards. So keeping your head back when we're jumping out is probably the most important thing. So the next thing, have a look at that picture. So we skip from the second picture, you see there, that's what you do after the tap, and you go to the far right picture, and this is what we're doing with the landing. Now you see there the end result. So the knees are high and the feet are high, but I want you to break it down. I want you to focus on lifting up your knees as high as you can, hold them there, and then stick your feet forwards, but keeping your knees up high. You want to keep your knees as high as possible. Then your feet will be high enough for the sliding landing. So let's hang down. The instructor will say to you, legs up, legs up, legs up. So you grab your hands. We tell you all the little things about how it works in the plane. You get into the plane. Normally you go aside because the instructor gets in behind you. Then you let the instructor come in as well, and the instructor will go to seating. You follow the instructor will turn around, you're right behind us, you turn around, we're sitting on the bench, and we're sitting on the bench just looking to the tail. So it feels like we're flying backwards. You're not, you're just sitting the other way around in the aircraft. It's still going the right way up. And it's just more comfortable because our aircraft is climbing constantly. So look at this angle. We would fall down constantly on those benches because we're not having seats behind us, like back seats. So that's why we're sitting the other way around. Enjoy your flight, have some interaction with the instructor, all kinds of questions, have some fun, look around, and just enjoy your experience.